Hey there, welcome to the Hot Slice Podcast. This is the podcast by Pizza Today magazine, talking to pizzeria professionals from all over the country. And today we have a very special guest, Joe Carlucci, who just made history in the International Pizza Challenge. Hello, Joe.
How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, I am well. And I tell you what, so if you don't know, Joe won not only his division, but he took Pizza Maker of the Year. And he had already won a division the previous year. So he made history. It was amazing. But there's something
Thank
you
you.
did. You did is you had a speech and you made me cry. I think you had half of the audience crying. um, because it was so touching. Tell me about that win and that moment of when it all came together.
Um, it's something competing, obviously you always want to win. And, I always said, I never thought I was good enough to get there and to win and be up there. And I've watched Tony and Derek and so many others get up there and win. And last year winning it, I couldn't believe it. And then, coming so close last year to Pizza Maker of the Year,
Mm-hmm.
and then coming back this year, my journey is probably like others or unlike others. I failed more times than I succeeded. And, when you're young and from New York, you're arrogant and think you know everything. And, you're kind of like tunnel vision that you know
Yeah.
everything. And you get humbled and you grow. And the Pizza Expo helps you grow, meeting people. And I just feel like it would be short of me, less of me to thank the people that helped me get to where I was, because I wouldn't be where I was without the World Pizza Champions, Tony Gemignani, and all the competitors over the years, whether it's Paul Cataldo, Michael
Mm-hmm.
LaMarca, competing and growing, and the camaraderie. And,
Mm-hmm.
when you're not in the same city or the same state and you can get ideas. I mean,
Yeah.
I just feel like that day my pizza was the best, but I still don't consider myself the best in the world. That day, that moment, that minute, that
Mm-hmm.
second, everything went right for me. And in the beginning, when you lose, you're like, do I really suck? You know, but I
Yeah, I
mean,
get it.
take someone like some of these places that have been around for 15, 20 years. You
Mm-hmm.
can't define your career on winning or losing for your
Yeah,
business. You can't,
exactly.
and
Yeah.
I don't, but it makes everything that I've went through, from failing and closing 3 stores to bankruptcy to, almost losing my house to hiding my car, having a pizza
Yeah.
truck selling one pizza in Mississippi. It all makes it worthwhile. You do it for the love, you do it for the passion. It's not about the money. It's
Yeah.
about the passion. It's about the people. And I just felt it was, you have to give thanks and you have to look back and go, you wouldn't have made it to where you are if you didn't thank the people and appreciate the people that helped you get there. And I just, this win wasn't for me. It was for all the people that believed in me and for my
Mm-hmm.
staff,
Absolutely.
because I'm not just a pizza guy here. They know that I'm a little more serious about it, a little nerdy about it. And they're
Mm-hmm.
like, well, it's only pizza. And I'm like, it's pizza for life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's amazing. We had kind of talked about this that when I first started at Pizza Today, like within the first couple of years, I came to one of your previous pizzerias. Um, and so can you talk about that journey that you've taken in your career where you've kind of had those ups and downs and it's kind of led you to great success now?
Sure. I think when I first moved from the South, everybody thought it was Gordon Ramsay on steroids. I had that New York kind of attitude. Not that I lose that New York hardworking attitude, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I think I was just immature, young,
Mm-hmm.
and you think sometimes in this industry, you think everybody's out to get you, or you think that when somebody wins, they win again, or it's fixed, or it's this.
Yeah.
What competitions or competing or whatever it is in business, people getting, why are they getting all this luck? Why are they getting all the success?
Mm-hmm.
And I think in my younger years, I was very, very immature, insecure with
Mm-hmm.
myself, because we all have weaknesses. And,
Yeah.
I think I let my weaknesses take over my strengths. And
Yeah.
I think as I grew in the industry, going to Pizza Expo every year, leaning on people that I've never met and making friends and competing and not winning, and learning from their success and their failures and trading, going, hey, you're not the only one in this hole by yourself. This is a lot of industry people that go through this. They all have struggles. We all fail in some way. It's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get up. I always tell my daughter that,
Yeah.
don't ever quit. Don't ever give up. I don't care if you fail. I tell the kids that work for me, I want you to make a million mistakes here. I just don't want you to make the same mistake a million times. Learn from it and grow. And I think being open-minded, finding God helped me get grounded and humbled me. Losing businesses, thinking, hey, you're the best. And then, you get humbled, and appreciating people, appreciating my staff, appreciating what the Pizza Expo did for me the last 20 plus years. I think every day we get up, we can learn from each other, and I truly mean it from the bottom of my heart. That day, that minute, that second, I was the best in the world, but that doesn't mean tomorrow I am. That doesn't mean my pizza's better than anybody else. It just means everything lined up for me. And I just feel that way. I don't think I should walk around popping my chest just because I won best in the world. I just don't. I'd rather give the credit to my staff, to Tony, to the World Pizza Champions. There's a lot more people out there that are a lot smarter and a lot more advanced in what I do. And, everything came to a fruition that day for me. But, there is a big part of taking it serious when you compete, I mean, I won't give you all the secrets, but I rented a separate hotel room for my dough. Like, let's just go that far. Like psychotic. That's how I get. But, you got to do what you got to do to win sometimes.
What made these pizzas? Because you actually had to make two, correct? You had to make the one for the competition and the one for the Maker of the Year. What were those pizzas? And how did you really make them stand out?
Okay, so I won traditional last year, so I wanted to hit another division. And about 7 years ago, I had done a lobster kind of scampi pizza. And at the last minute, I put some raw steak on it to cook in the oven. And I remember Glenn Sabowski coming out to me, like just in general, just talking. He's like, man, I had a really good pizza and this guy screwed it up. He said something else, but I won't repeat that. And I said, what'd they do? And he looked at me and he said, was that you? He said, why do you listen to other people? He said, why don't you believe in yourself? You're great at what you do. And I said, I just don't have that confidence. I'm insecure. I always look for someone's approval or opinion or something. I'm never satisfied with myself because I struggle with that every day. So I knew this pizza was either going to be dead last or first. And I called Carmine Testa, a good friend of mine, and he said, ugh. He said, that's a gamble. He said exactly what I was thinking. You're either going to kill it or you're going to just forget about it. So I wanted to do something just like outside the box. And I called, a couple other people on my team, and they said, okay, let's elaborate on this. You got to do more than just the lobster and the crab meat, and where you're going to get it from. There's nowhere in the South. You're going to get it from Maine shipped. You're going to get it from Vegas. Like, you got to get top notch. And then what are you going to add to that? So I study the brain a lot and how the brain reacts to the first bite.
Oh, yeah.
So Derek Sanchez always helped me, taught me that.
Oh, the scientist.
There you go.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Talking with him gave me some ideas, and I said, like, it's either going to be a home run or it's going to be a strikeout. But I didn't get here to worry about if it's going to be a strikeout. I can't think that, So when I did it, I knew my dough would be a top notch because I take the dough 100% on another level. So I wasn't worried about that. And I knew the flavors kicked. When you're making it, it's funny. It took me 35 minutes to make one pizza, but yet in my store, I wouldn't have a customer doing that.
No, not at all.
Right. So I had my staff help me a lot, and I had customers taste it. And a lot of people were like, lobster on a pizza? I'm like, it's bread. You could put any dish on pizza. It's non-traditional. So the mindset of people were kind of like, uh-oh, what are you doing? Why would you do that? But I know going to the competitions, when it's not traditional, I've seen some amazing pizzas like you would not think of, you know, whether it's, you know, octopus, you know, I've seen duck. I mean, you can, anything. If you combine the combinations correct, anything will taste great on pizza. So I did that. And when I got the call, because last year, Michael LaMarca had called me and he said, you won. So kidding around, I said, you better call me this year. And
I know,
Wednesday
I was
night,
there when he called.
Oh, you were? Okay. So Wednesday night I was and I was checking my phone at like 7 o'clock because it was like the same thing. Yeah, I was checking the time.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, I just like forgot about it. And my phone rings and it's FaceTime Michael. And I'm like, he's like, Joe. He's like, you did it again. I'm like, I won the South. That's what I said. I was like, don't mess with me. And he's like, no, I can't believe it either. I said, oh, thanks, Mike.
That's awesome. So, he called me first because he's like, Denise, can I call him? Can I release it? Can I call him? I was like, I already put it up on social. Do it. So
I couldn't believe it. I was in tears. The first person I called was my daughter.
Oh.
And just to show you and tell you about the camaraderie at the expo is I was walking around stage behind it, going over to talk to Paul Cataldo and his two daughters because we had talked earlier and one of them had won.
Yeah.
And they sprinted, both of them, and gave me the biggest bear hug that I thought the two girls were going to break my back. They were in tears.
That's amazing.
They were so happy for me.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I mean, he's got like the most amazing family and kids, and they were so happy for me. And that's one of them I had beaten, and they didn't even care.
Competitors. Yeah.
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 So
I think she took first or
one took first, and then
one took third. Yeah.
Yes.
So they're fierce.
Oh yeah. I mean, think about it this way. And I wanted to say something in the speech, but I've been competing for 30 years. This kid comes along. Yeah. I'm glad I got the win and got out of it. I'm glad I don't have to compete anymore other than best of the best. I mean, these kids are coming up strong. I mean, 18 years old winning that. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We're seeing first-time competitors win.
Right?
It's crazy.
I'm glad I'm done. I wanted to win another division next year, but now I'm good. I'll do best of the best, and we'll see what happens with that.
Looking to grow your pizzeria or restaurant? Then you'll want to try the power of a cloud-based POS system. With Hunger Rush, you'll get everything you need. This fully integrated restaurant management system allows you to easily streamline operations, accelerate the delivery process, and grow your business through Hunger Rush 360 marketing. And it's so easy to use. Want AI-powered text ordering? It's built in. Need to track orders? No problem. Schedule a personalized demo at hungerrush.com today.
Performance Food Service is proud to deliver high-quality products, innovative technology, and custom operational solutions to restaurants of all sizes across the country. The flagship division of Performance Food Group, with deep roots in the restaurant industry, Performance Food Service has been the exclusive distributor of the Roma family of brands for more than 65 years. This signature relationship has allowed Performance Food Service to become a leader in the pizza and Italian segment of food service nationwide.
With extraordinary pizza cheese comes extraordinary rewards. Only Baccio Exceptional Italian Pizza Cheese offers the Gold Club Rewards program with monthly cash back on every cheese purchase. Members also receive funds twice a year to use in their exclusive marketing store. It's their way of saying grazie to customers. Schedule a demonstration at bacciocheese.com/hotslice and discover how rewarding Baccio Exceptional Italian Pizza Cheese can be. Pizza is your legacy. Build it with Baccio.
Yeah, I love that.
So when the Pizza Maker of the Year came up, I was sitting with Andrew Scudero from Goodfellas.
Yeah.
And we are just sitting there with one of my workers, and we are going through scenarios of what it could be.
Yeah.
I'm like,
because if they don't know, it's a mystery. There's always a mystery ingredient that everyone has to incorporate.
Yes, there's one mystery ingredient. So I'm like freaking out.
Yeah.
Here I am making pizza for 30 years. And I remember I talked to Tony Gemignani last year. And he said, what are you nervous for? You do this every day. You already won. I said, yeah, but I don't know what to do if it's a certain ingredient. He goes, best advice he ever gave me. He goes, just think of a dish that you eat and make it into a pizza. That's exactly what he said. He said,
Yeah.
whatever you can match what that ingredients is, blend it into making a pizza. So I said, okay. So this year, I remember when Tony said last year, I'm going through every scenario with Andrew, and then it's time to go. And it was regatta. So I already know my mistakes from last year in the sense of what I could have done better.
Yeah.
Even though it was the same exact topping that got me to traditional because it was sausage, and I thought it was a home run.
Yeah.
So I said, I don't want to just put regatta on it. I want to do something out of the box. So I did a pepperdew honey regatta puree.
Oh my gosh.
I thought it, and then I took sausage, and they didn't have any spicy, and I took some supersod and I mixed it with the sausage to make it sweet and spicy.
Oh, wow.
So I did that, and then I couldn't find arugula. I was all over the place. And those guys are great when they have a helper. They're all looking for stuff and helping you. So I did a spinach chiffonade with a little black pepper and olive oil. I made it very simple and sweet. One of the judges last year, Donatello, after the competition was over, she was just giving me some insight of how she judges and how she thinks it should be. And I always thought this. And she's like, simple and stupid. She's like, simple and stupid, Joe. She said, make it simple, make your dough shine. So everything that people have told me, whether it's Donatello, Tony, Glenn, believe in yourself, I put it all together. I said, I know pepperdews. I work with them a lot.
Yeah.
And let me make it simple, not 3, 4 toppings, 5 toppings, and let's let the dough shine. And it, luckily enough, it worked out for me.
Oh, that's amazing. So let's talk about your restaurant now.
Sure.
Valentina's, are you, did you put either one of those pizzas on your menu after the win?
Pizza Maker of the Year is only dine-in. I talked to Paul Cataldo about that, so they can get the feel and the taste of it and the experience. And we are working on a special night for the lobster.
Oh, that's cool. Now, what's happened since, what's happened at your restaurant? Have you seen, spike in sales? Have you got new people coming into the restaurant? Like what happens after you win such a big title?
I'm sure this. Pizza is different than any other food. It's not like barbecue or burgers. There are pizza snobs. There are pizza cults where people will drive an hour, 2 hours for a pizza, like literally.
Absolutely.
And we've had that experience here since winning again. We've went up 45 to 50% in sales, and we already went up last year.
Yeah.
We are at peaks Tuesday through Saturday. I think the Chick-fil-A model. We're only we're closed Sunday and Monday. We're only open for dinner. When other than Friday and Saturday, we open at 12, but we open at 4. We close at 8. And the first month we already broke last year's.
Oh wow!
By 30% overall, and this month it's starting. It's like a line out the door.
Yeah,
and it's not necessarily they want that hour. We call it the Hour Town because it's the first interview I did after winning. It's an Hour Town podcast.
Oh,
and,
cool.
He's a local guy. He had me on when I won. And then I'd say it's for Our Town. But it's the press was a little rough in the beginning. But with the help of Michael LaMarca and Jeremy, we got through that. And I've actually got contacted by some big shows like the Today Show, Good Morning America. So we're trying to, best pizza in the world 2 years in a row. And in Alabama, everybody's throwing their heads around. Oh,
yeah. Because, Alabama, you don't think of Alabama when you think of places that have great pizza, but obviously you do. And I had your pizza at your other spot, and you do make dynamite pizza. I mean, you're very, very meticulous about that dough. I remember, you walking me through your dough process, and it was amazing. Something I'd like to learn is, when you get such an uptick in volume, how are you handling that, in the kitchen and in operations? What shifts are you making to be able to accommodate, the influx in volume?
Well, lucky for us, we only do pizza. We are a
Oh,
Chick-fil-A of
good.
pizza.
Yeah.
We do 4 styles of pizza. We
Mhm.
do some appetizers, calzones, and salads. We have nothing else on the menu.
Yeah. Wow.
The only shift change that I had to make is we had to come in, myself and some of my dough makers,
Yeah.
earlier, like on Saturdays, I'll get here at 4 o'clock in the morning because
Mhm.
Saturday's the biggest day.
Yeah.
Anticipating the growth in a matter of weeks,
Yeah.
learning from last year's mistakes on the win to knowing
Mhm.
this year, double staffing up on the help, whether it's
Mhm.
phones or servers or bartenders. So the staff is not overwhelmed. We only seat 42 people inside, and we have a patio
Wow.
that seats 50. But we are building a brand new brick and mortar that seats 150,
Yeah.
like literally a quarter acre down. But we have a lot of to-go people now, more than normal, maybe 2 or 3 extra girls to assist in that. And we do online ordering.
Mhm.
So it takes off from the phone ringing like crazy.
Yeah. Wow. That,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, that sounds like you've got the flow down. That's amazing.
Well, I mean, it was a lot of trial and error. I didn't realize last year winning how big of an impact, and then coming back and doing it again, and Pizza Maker of the Year on top of it.
Yeah.
I knew that whatever we did last year we're going to crush it even more. So I just anticipated it. And my belief is it's easier to send people home than to call and beg for them to come in.
I got you. Yeah.
So
That's awesome. So let's talk about your restaurant. Give us a little brief overview of like your style of pizza, and and tell us a little bit of the story about how this specific restaurant came about.
Sure. So we do cauliflower crust, New York style, grandma, Sicilian, and Detroit.
Wow.
Kind of like it's like going to Chick-fil-A, just getting a grilled chicken or fried chicken. That's how I look at it.
How many ovens do you have?
I have a Mariforni 140 and a Pizza Master 933, which we're going to upgrade to the new place.
Yeah, nice.
The Pizza Master can handle a lot of volume.
Absolutely.
So my place is kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's cornfields next to a gas station. It was my commissary during when I had my food truck.
Okay.
During COVID. I had a food truck, and when COVID hit, I always say COVID was the greatest year of my life, because when the world shut down, food trucks just crazy. I went to every subdivision in North Alabama Monday through Friday, and in 2 months, I saved $50,000 cash. And this was my whole story. It was just nothing in here. It was a mixer and a 3-door cooler. And I gave it to God, and I opened this place with a negative bank account, personal negative bank account, no money. And I said, this is it for me. If I can't make it here, I'm done. And I had hundreds of people walk up to me on a Friday night and go, are you going to fail again? Are you going to make it here? I said, I don't know. And I'm literally in the middle of cornfield. It's strictly residential. And I said, if it's going to work, it's going to work. I'll give it to God. I kept my mouth shut for once and my head down. And we had built a patio. I spent a lot of money on a mural. And in 2.5 years, I outgrew this place to purchase an acre of land in a 4,000 square foot place. So this place it has a lot of sentimental value because of the volume we were doing. We did over $1 million last year in a 1,500 square foot place. Very proud of it. I couldn't do it without my staff. I'm about empowering the people. I let my staff do the beer ordering. I let them do the wine because I don't know nothing about gravity beer. I know about pizza, so they love to do it. We sell it. That has helped me a lot in vision. I believe in empowering the people and making careers for them. We give benefits. We give 401k. We give paid vacation. And I make a little less, but they want to be here. I had 3 girls the spring break. 3 girls go on spring break to a mission trip. Like I can't get mad when they're talking in the corner if they make a mistake. I mean, I have some of the greatest young kids. I always say people say, oh, the youth is horrible. It's not the youth, it's the people that raise them. And as business owners, as operators, it's our job while they're here to teach them a skill set, whether they can bring on in life or they can just keep for when they get older and remember. And that's what makes Valentina so successful is the people that work here and seeing how much they get out of when I win and caring about the place. Because the place is tiny. I mean, it seats literally 42 people. Last night we did a Make-A-Wish Foundation and you couldn't get in from 4 o'clock to 7. Couldn't get in.
Wow. That's awesome. I love that you did a Make-A-Wish. That's great.
Oh, we work side by side with the Alabama chapter.
Yeah.
But I think you have to really, you have to be grounded. You have to be open-minded. Just because you're a world champion, just because you win, doesn't mean you're the greatest or know everything. You have to be open-minded. You have to be an octopus.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you have to take all that advice, but you have to be open-minded and not be, I just don't believe in that. The motto that it's working for me the last 3 years is the motto I'm going with the rest of my life, because the last 20, who knew what I was doing? I was coming in 50th and 20th, and now I just went back to back,
Yeah.
But that's how Valentina's came about. And my daughter's Valentina. She has a Guinness World Record. She wants to get in the pizza business.
Oh, nice.
She loves working here. She was here Saturday. She works dishes and salad line. She's ready to get on the pizza line. She's done dishes for a year.
Oh, there
she's
you
had
go.
it with that. Yeah, she's earning her stripes, as we say. In fact, I told Paul's daughter that we're going to come up this summer and you guys got to teach her some secrets. She's only 10. She's got 6 years before she can compete. But with the Cataldo girls teaching her, she's in good hands.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, I'll leave you on one final question. Let's talk about this wonderful 4,000 square foot facility you're getting ready to go into. Like, what's that going to be, and kind of how are you getting ready for it?
Talking to a lot of people that have done the volume in that size restaurant in the industry, leaning on my world pizza champions, whether it's Mike Bosch, Nick Boaz, Tony Gemignani, all these guys. 150 seats. We're going to have a bourbon room.
Oh, I heard about your bourbon room.
We're going to have an enclosed patio, so we'll always have the seats. We'll have heaters. I'm going to have I have another 1/4 acre next to it, so I'm going to make a s'mores pit. I'm going to make adult games, bocce and Connect Four, where parents can come spend a couple hours. They're not going to be camping out because we'll have the seats, and then the kids can enjoy themselves, and they're not going to want to leave. They'll have more drinks, more food. Last year when I got back from Vegas, I got the call because I went to the bank and I was like, yeah, I'm going to try it. My friend said, hey, you got to do it. I said, I'm done with investors. He goes, I'll help you. I said, I don't want to help. And the bank called me on Good Friday last year and they said, you got it. And then I get back and I won, and the bank called me again.
We're going to increase the amount.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did to help me. They were like, we didn't know who you were. And I said, I'm nobody special. They said, well, you're the best pizza in Alabama. And it took on a life of its own. I mean, and now we're about 4 months being completely done. And I can't put Legos together. So I've leaned on my GM, my bartender, my girlfriend. I have just people for designing it. I didn't have a designer come in. But I had one of the girls that works for me. She said to me, is this your forever place? And I said, I don't know. And I've been thinking about what she said. And I said, you know what? It is my forever place. I'm not, looking to get 100 places, but it is it's a 1/4 mile from my place. And if you're ever around, you got to come down and check it out. I'll send you guys some pictures.
Absolutely.
It's going to have the same feel, the home feel, but it's just going to be able to service what we can't now. Because that's our biggest struggle is ourself. Our biggest competition is ourself.
Is your capacity.
That's exactly it.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's been a blessing. And, a lot of that is for the people go, oh, what's the Pizza Expo every year? This is why I can get there, because of the expo, because of the knowledge of people that have been there, the mistakes they've made, or the success they have.
Yep.
I can call so many people in when I open and they'll be like, hey, you need to prep this. You're going to do this volume. You're on a different scale now. What you did on a Friday, you're going to do on a Tuesday. And I think that's important to have that vision, have that mindset, to be open-minded, not that, oh, I won, I'm the best. I don't need help. I need help more than anybody every day.
Yeah. I love that. All right. Well, we're so proud of you, and we love the success that you've had, and we can't wait to keep watching you. Do you have any final thoughts for your fellow pizzeria people out there in Pizza Today land?
Yeah, don't give up. When you're down to your last penny, fight every way possible. Call me. I can give you my story. I mean, I was literally down to nothing, hiding my car in the garage, making one pizza, driving 3 hours to Mississippi. Don't give up if it's love what you do. Just don't give up. Don't be afraid to pick up the phone and talk to people, get advice. The pizza industry is a big family, and Pizza Expo is one of the single greatest things every year I look forward to on earth, because there's always somebody that's been there, and there's always somebody that can help you and guide you, and just humble yourself and don't be afraid to ask for help.
Oh, I love that advice. That's amazing. We can't go out any better than that wonderful piece of advice. All right. Well, good luck with your new place. We can't wait to see it opened.
Appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.